So I want to thank our community owners and managers for joining us today. We're so excited that you chose the Gamic platform for your community operations. We think that we offer a very intuitive and simple user interface that merges the conveniences of Web 2 with the advantages of Web 3 so that you can easily engage with your community, with your audience, and also take advantage of our monetization options through our airdrop feature and our wallet functionalities. So I'm joined today by Prince Will. Prince Will is a community owner on Gamic, and he's going to help me walk you through exactly what you can do with your community after you set it up, how you can curate your page, edit certain action items, and create user permissions and roles, all that good stuff we're going to go over today. So Prince Will, why don't we start out? I'd love to see, so when we were setting up our communities as community managers and owners, we were choosing our privacy settings. We were choosing how we were going to curate our community overview page with our banner, our logo, our about section. Do you want to show us right quick how exactly we can edit all that information after we've set up our community?
Yes. The community is always yours, so you'll always have the autonomous power to do anything you like with it. So like this is my community. You can see it's exciting, but the minions is always all about fun because this is a family community. As you can see here, this is my about session. This is my display picture. But how did I set this thing up is what we are going to delve into today. So without further ado, you head over to your overview. It's always on the left corner of your page or the screen or your chat app. So overview, once you click it, I'm already on my overview. You go over to settings, click on settings, and then as soon as you open settings, you see community space information. This is everything that has to do with your community space information. So this is my community space name. This is my about this community. What's this community about? This is it. Family over everything is what mine is about. This is my slogan. You know, it's not English, so it's not stereotyped just in English. You could say whatever you want to, whatever you want with it. In case you want to put any social links, it's right here. You just put it just right here. This is where you upload your logo, and this is my banner. You can see those happy minions over there cheering me up every single time. Anyways, for this area, this is just an overview of your community space information. Now I've created my community. I want to have some privacy in this community. How do I go about it? Just below the space info here, click on privacy. Boom. Now, do I want my community public or do I want my community private? Or do I want to go dark? Now, if I want my community is private, you are required to apply before you join my community. That's how private Gamic is. Now, if I want my community to go dark as it is right now, you can't search for my community on Gamic. This is dark. When we mean dark, it's really dark. So my community is dark. You can't search and find it. It's just specific members that I can invite privately. So that's on community space information. I could show you what the other things are, and this is where everything happens in your community. This is where the settings happen. So this is my overview page of this area, and this is where I manage roles and everything. So that's it on the overview and community space information. So Peter, on to the next.
Yeah, so thank you for providing that overview. One thing I want to touch on right now is that currently within that settings page, the accessible action items are your overview and your roles. The privacy notifications and ban sections are all coming soon. Yes. But right now, if you want to access your private settings, you do that through your overview screen, right over there, as Prince Will just showed. Yeah. So okay, let's on back to our main screen. Let's close out of the settings right now, and we'll return to user roles as we continue this discussion. But before we get there, I just want to go over, in terms of community setup, chat channels and rooms. So these are your forums for communication where you can engage with your community members and kind of curate your space to your particular focus. Whether that's an industry focus, you're just chatting with friends, family, etc. You can do it all here. So Gamic comes preloaded with a few chat channels, as you can see. So when you set up your community, you'll get an access channel, a welcome channel, an announcement channel, memes, and links. The difference between channels and rooms don't come with presets, but the difference between channels and rooms is channels are essentially public forums where anyone in your space can engage in discourse. And then rooms are actually private servers that are only accessible to those in your community who have been invited to join them or have a user role that automatically gives them access to them. So one thing I want to go over initially is if we want to create a new channel or room, how exactly do we go about that process? Can you walk us through that principle?
Okay, shedding more light than just what Peter said. You could see here channels at the public forum and rooms at the private section. As you can see, I have 8 members in this community, but only 6 people can access this room here. So how do I create a channel or a room? Easy. Everything happens on the left side of your panel. Like here, you can see here, it's just right here, new. What do you want to do? You click on new. Do you want to create a new channel, or do you want to create a new room? In creating channels, you could always choose to make it a read-only channel or an open access channel. So when you make it a read-only channel, it's more likely going to be like an announcement channel where people can't type in that channel. They can't send no message. They just come there to read. And that way you have control over it. So this is where you put the channel name. We call it Peter channel. I always love using Peter. So this is Peter channel, and create channel. Yeah. Boom, it's created. You can see the Peter channel. You can open it. You could type any message you want right there. So anything. So I want to create the room. It's still the same procedure. Room, new room. I want to call this room Princeville. I've used Peter already. Princeville. If I want to upload a special, image for this room or anything, this is where it's done. It's just flexible. Whatever you say, you create a room. Now I already had one room already. So you head over to rooms and boom, you can see here, Princeville. Now I have two rooms. This is the one I just created.
Okay. And what if I want to, I just created a channel, I just created a room. What if I want to edit or delete a specific channel or room? How do I go about doing that?
You head over to that particular channel. Let's just say I want to delete Peter channel. This is Peter channel. Now it's on the right side. The top right corner, you see the three dots here. Click on it. Yes, the right panel shows up. You click on another dot. You see channel settings here. Click on channel settings. Head over to the left side now. Click on delete. Yeah, I delete the channel now. And that's it. Peter's channel is gone. Same thing with the room.
Thank you very much. So from there, you can choose to either continue to have the channels that we preset for you, or you can choose to delete some of them as you see fit, add to them as you see fit as well. You noticed also that when Principal was pulling up that edit bar for each channel and room, that there was the opportunity to provide a description to let everyone know exactly how they can use that channel. So this is a good way of curating communications that people aren't miscommunicating in channels where they're not supposed to be talking about specific subject matter. We also recommend using the pinning feature in order to get this message across more succinctly. So if we navigate back to the main screen within this channel, do you want to just pin a message in one of your channels to show us exactly how that works?
So there's always a drop-down arrow once you just hover your mouse over any single message. So all you have to do is click on it. You could choose to pin this message, and it's pinned just right there. And you come over here and check your pins. Okay, this is where you manage your pinned messages. Click on the message. Automatically, Gamic highlights the message for you. It will take you directly to the pinned message.
Awesome. So it's worth noting that the only people that can pin messages within your space are admins. So I think that warrants a discussion about what exactly user roles are and how we can set them and what options are available to us there. So Principal, could you walk us through if I want to assign a user a specific role in my space, or I want to create a new role, what exactly that process looks like?
Head over to your overview, get over to settings. Then on the left side of the settings page, you can find the roles here. I click on roles. Now I have just two roles here, EPI and PT. For the EPI role, you can see that there are 6 members with these roles. And for the PT role, you can see there is only 1. Now, if you want to see who has this role here, you can always click on it and check manage members, which is just 1 person. So let me just show you people how to create roles and make things easy. First of all, you're here already on roles, you create role. Now, what role do you want to create? This is the new role name. I want to call this role Tush. Tush. Now, I don't like the fact that they are, orange, and green. I just want to give this role purple. I give it a purple color. You can see here, it's already colored purple. So you save your changes first for that role. Created successfully. Now you have access to permissions. What are these permissions? These are simply things you want anyone with this particular role to do. You can see here, manage role, manage roles, upload files, ban user. You can see what each of these roles can do. You can read it up. Do you want this role do you want the possessor of this role to be able to create rooms, access permission, a bunch of stuff like that. But I want someone with Tush to be able to upload files only. I want you, if you have that role, you should only be able to upload files. So I tick upload. That's the only thing you can do that. That's the only thing. So I head over to manage members. Who do I want to give this role to? A couple of people in my community. I click on add member. Add member. It gives you a list of every single person in your community. I want to give this role to who? I want to give it to Amy J. Yes, I'm giving this role to Amy J. And I've invited Amy J to hold this role. Now you head back to your overview, not this overview, the general overview. Yes, you check on your members. Who has that role? Tush. You can see here, Amy J has Tush. That's it. So Amy J can also upload files as part of his permissions with that role.
Thank you for that overview again. I think it's worth noting that you can set default permissions within your space. So what the general community can do before they take on additional roles.
Yes.
So that you saw on the role creation screen that we were showing earlier. So I encourage you guys to play around with that. And also please read through the descriptions on what each of the permissions allows you to do. It's very intuitive in terms of how exactly you can set permissions, what exactly permissions mean. Each of those items comes with a description that tells you what exactly is going on with that particular thing. So we talked about assigning user permissions. What about users self-selecting permission? So when we head over to Access and we hit Edit Application, you'll notice that the following screen pops up. So what this allows us to do is down in that bottom section, we can select what roles we want to make public versus what roles we want to make private. What I mean by that is you can allow users to automatically join certain roles within the Access channel versus assigning them yourself. So you might want to just give everyone the ability to upload files if they so choose, but create an additional barrier there just in case they abuse that privilege. You could take away that role from them down the line. So we recommend in the roles access description giving an overview of what each role is. So we set up that Tush role to upload files. So right now, why don't we say we're going to allow Tush to be open access. So upload files in our description, save changes, and boom. Now you can see that when you click on the access channel, you can decide to click on Tush, and then you'll have the ability to upload files. We recommend keeping admin privileges to invite only, as that can really clutter the space if you give everyone those privileges. But figure out what sort of system works for you within your space. If you're just chatting with friends, it could make sense to have everyone be admins, for instance. But if you're managing, say, a 10,000 person gaming community, you're going to want to be careful with how you assign user roles.
Yes.
I think it's worth talking about now. If a user is abusing their privileges, how exactly do I revoke their role that allows them to say they're uploading files nonstop as within the Tush role? How do I stop them from doing that? How do I revoke their privileges?
So let's just say I head over here and I see Mayor is just saying a bunch of stuff he's not supposed to say, and I click here. You could actually, decide to message him and give him a warning. And let's just say he ignores. That's no problem. You head over to your overview thing. Now, why is that guy able to say all of those things he's saying or upload all those files he's uploading? It's because Mayor has a PT role added to him. Okay, I don't want to kick or ban Mayor out of this server, so I head over to my settings. Okay, click on it. I head over to my roles. Click on roles. Now Mayor has the PT role, which I assign to be able to allow users upload files. Now I want to edit that, and I click this edit button, and I see manage members. I can't just punish every single person because of Mayor, but I just want to curb Mayor's, misuse of their role. So I manage members, and I see this is Mayor with it. All you have to do is click the X, and Mayor never has the right to do that again. Updated successfully. Now, when you get back there, Mayor doesn't have the PT role again. That's it.
Okay, great. And so say Mayor is continuing to spam messages after you revoke his privileges. He's no longer spamming files or file uploads, but he's just messaging a lot and cluttering up the space. Could I kick or ban Mayor, and how exactly does that process work?
You see members here. You head over to members. You see every single person you want. Let's just say you don't have the time to search for who's doing it or who's not. You click back on announcements, highlight, copy, head over to overview. This is just how I do it, easy. Head over to members, you paste, boom, and you search. That person automatically appears, easy peasy. And then these three dots does the job. You click it here, you can choose to ban or kick user. In case you have a bunch of users, a lot of users in your community, and you don't have the whole time to just keep on searching one by one, to scroll. No, that's just easy. You copy, paste, search, and you find the person and you kick or ban user. That's it. For example, I want to ban Wi-Fi right now. I just want to ban. I'm banning Wi-Fi. Why am I banning Wi-Fi? You see a bunch of reasons why you choose to ban Wi-Fi. Is he suspicious or using a spam account? Has he compromised or hacked accounts? Is he breaking server rules? Let's just say he broke server rules, and boom, I ban Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is banned. You could see here, it shows that this guy has been banned. That's how you run it. If you want to unban him, you head back, sorry about this, you head back here and unban user. He's unbanned. So that's how you manage all this stuff. Easy peasy.
Okay, great. So we went over how exactly we assign user roles, how we can edit them, how we can revoke them, and then also how we can reprimand users. If we are just generally inviting users to join our space, how exactly does that process work?
Okay, to invite users to join our space. Again, it happens on the left side of your screen, which is your overview screen. Top left, beside overview, you have invite. You click on invite. You see every single person you would love to invite here. Okay, so let's just say I want to invite, who do I want to invite? I want to invite Peter. I click on Peter. I invite Peter. I just invited Peter to join this community because Peter can search for it. He can find it because I have gone dark. Don't forget, I am dark, so you can search for it. So you reach out to people. In this case, not people reaching out to you. That gives you control and the edge over every single thing you want. So I just invited Peter, and Peter should be in my community in no time. So if Peter accepts my invitation, he will be part of my community.
Okay, I'll have to think about that one for a little bit, Principal, but maybe. Can we just finally, the only thing we haven't gone over is that request section next to the members bar. What exactly is requests?
Okay, let's head over to request. Request is where you see who has requested to join your community. So this is where you check for all the requests that you've done. I just approved this one 2 days ago. So you could see Wifey sent a request to join this space, and I just approved it. So you could see the status, you could see the time applied, and you can see the applicant.
Yeah, so what I want to point out here is if you have a community that is closed, that's not public, this is where you'd see people that are requesting to join your community. If you have a public community, this screen wouldn't be as useful for your operations. You wouldn't really have requests coming in.
Yeah, yes.
One other thing I just want to share in terms of inviting new users to join your space is that you can also copy and paste a link through that invite section to send out to, say, a group chat of users that you want to join, who can then choose to create Gamic profiles if they haven't already, and then join your community very easily. But that's a pretty high level and low level overview of how exactly you can run your community operations. Again, we're very excited that you chose Gamic as your go-to community platform. Yes. And if you need any further assistance in terms of community setup or questions about how to engage with your audience as impactfully as possible, we encourage you guys to head over to Gamic HQ support space or the Gamic HQ space on Gamic, where Gamic employees can help you with whatever your needs may be.